Hi there, it's Paul, and I'm here on Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is probably represents a challenge in your life. It's almost like an arch, an invisible arch, separating the past from the future that you're actually looking to create. And most of my clients are typically from four categories. They're getting ready to leave a partner, wanting to help manage their space better, want to learn tools. They're in the middle of a divorce and life is swirling around them. They're in the post-divorce stage, or there's a major life challenge or major life awakening, and they're looking to create something vastly different than what they've had. In a lot of these cases, there's been a lot of trauma. There's been invalidation, if there's been infidelity, if there's been illness, there's been imprinting, there's been pain pictures that litters us. So the best way to describe it is when you think about the trigger that somebody in your family can just touch in a second, or your ex-partner could just light up 1, 2, 3. How nice would it be, and what price would you put on being able to actually get rid of that? It's priceless to be able to look at our challenges as we move forward with a lot more neutrality, and being able to strip some of the emotional charge or the programming off of them so that we can discern our truth and then actually create the life that we're wanting, versus pushing the past in front of us, especially the stuff that we haven't quite dealt with, and then asking either new partners or people in our lives to actually present the same situations and issues to us again until we actually learn and then get neutral to it and then move forward. Regardless of the challenge that you face, you're here now, and that's the beautiful thing. Why do I work with a lot of women? Well, working with me actually gives you a chance to work with a male. So especially if you're going to create looking to create a new relationship, it's not like you're going to be expecting him for him to actually work through a lot of the stuff from your past relationships. You want to go into that fresh, or as fresh as possible. I see a lot of my clients, and they're coming to me because they're pushing the past in front of them, or they're taking it in a big sack and carrying it on their back, and they're throwing more stuff in there, and it's uncomfortable. It's not a life that they're actually wanting. So a lot of it is, there's some tools that we use. We also go in and play with a few things. One is a lot of the trauma pain pictures will sit in the second layer of the chakras. It hasn't quite come into the body yet, and it's important to get that stuff out. And then there's the programming, which we kind of talked about, the invisible connectors that just will light us up emotionally, can hit our heart space, it can hit our can be triggers, even sexually. It could be where they just completely pull our grounding out from whatever they say or how it's actually set in our space. It's going back and actually having the tools to work that, get senior to it, laugh at it, move on, and then repeat it as you go through. So you're not going through life, I'm not going to say blindfolded, but you're going to go in there with a lot better tools than you have had in the past that allow you to create that which is what you want. A lot of, guys do the same thing. A lot of women are the first ones to trigger, and you may have been the one to trigger the change in your life. And usually that's from either, you've given up your seniority, you're not being heard, or you're invalidated all the time, where there's an emotional abuse or there's infidelity. All of those are going to leave a lot of triggers in there. So the good thing is you can get rid of them all so that you can be neutral, and then if you do get re-triggered in the future and there's still a little bit in there, you know how to get in there and work it, and then you can actually communicate that with your partner. So instead of going into a new relationship with the past behind you or on your back, the beauty of this is you're stripping all that off, and then you're able to create and have the relationships that you want. AARP did an interesting survey, and they found that, you know, there was, I think, 40% of women did not want to be in an intimate relationship after divorce. That's pretty sad. So being able to work that space is huge so that you can have what you want, and it's not like you're going to be looking for the same kind of guy that you had before. You're not going to create that similar relationship where you're invalidated. So the other thing is just the basic communication. Being able to work your communication space actively with a new partner and take tools in to use is huge, because then again, you can actually get what it is that you're wanting from your partner, communicate that, and then be validated for who you are and the beauty of what it is that you're here to create. And that's what this is all about. It's about creating the life that you want, that validates you, that you can fully change or modify to fit whatever aspect it is that you're wanting to explore in your life. And we're humans, so we're going to grow and change, and we're going to want to experience different things. But being able to communicate that and get support from your partner is huge. And if you choose not to have a partner, that's okay too. But at least having the tools to move forward and create the life that you want, minus all of the trauma, minus all the pain pictures, and minus all those invisible triggers that the mimes kind of feel. And we know where they're at, because in the holidays, a lot of that stuff gets triggered so fast you can say boo. But again, if you shift your mindset, number one, and you can remove the triggers, which you'll learn with tools, it's totally awesome, because then you're totally owning your space, creating the world that you want. So make it a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon. Send me an email if there's any questions. Again, the process, the reason for typically 6 months is it takes time. And it can take a little bit longer, but you'll have enough tools to use. You'll have the practice of actually working it, and we're working it, from head to toe, and whatever the highlights that you're wanting to work on, because everybody's going to be a little bit different in that area in your life. And then off you go to create. It's not about my truth. It's about you getting to yours and then creating off of that. So make it a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon whenever you watch this. And again, any questions, shoot me an email, and look forward to talking to you. Thank you.